we're reacting to, I had to do the inevitable. Y'all already know what it is, man. Bill Feezy video. Shout out Bill Feezy, bro. Make sure y'all go pull up, watch all his videos on his channel. You know what I'm saying? Real dude. Every time I'm a flex, I actually chopped it up with him. I rock with that, man. He real dude. Let's do it.
Check me out, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all about a crazy situation. So I told y'all numerous of times I was going back and forth from the prison to the county jail, from the prison to the county jail.
Y'all know me too. I put these in 1.2.
Because I was fighting multiple charges, different armed robbery charges I had. And like a lot of times when I came back, the dorm that I was originally in wasn't always available. Sometimes it would fill up the room I was in. Somebody else done moved in there from another dorm and they may not have space in there. So there was a few situations I had to go to other dorms that I didn't really necessarily want to go to. So one time they sent me to a dorm that I didn't like, period. The reason I didn't like it was because it was what they call the quote Thunderdome. Now I've spent a lot of years in the Thunderdome, so being in that type of dorm wasn't just a big issue. Like, oh, I'm scared, I got to get out of this dorm. That wasn't the issue. But I mean, who want to be in there? Who want to be in a dorm where people just stupid all day? I mean, I had my times where I was, but that's not something I wanted to be in.
Yeah,
that was one of the reasons. Another one of the reasons I didn't like the Thunderdomes. 98% of the time, there's no female working, period. It's only men because they say this is the more aggressive dorm. This is the dorm where people, you know, they don't care about nothing. So they don't let their women work there most of the time. Now, sometimes you might have a girl that thinks she a man and they'll put her down there, but that's the girl ain't nobody trying to holler at, ain't nobody trying nothing with, so they don't care. But it's all men working this dorm, not a woman in sight.
Can't have.
I knew in the intake area that I wasn't gonna be in that dorm. I tried to talk to the intake officer to put me in another dorm, but she was like, "This is all we got available. This is all we got available." So I'm like, "Okay, I got to get down here and try to work me a move or something." So I go down there, go in the dorm. You know, a couple of my partners pull up, holler at me, help me carry my property to the room, and I stayed in the dorm for 1 day, bro. And after 1 day, I just didn't like it, bro. It's dirty. I'm talking about super dirty. Everybody geeked up on the cream. Everybody walking around, candy bars out. Dudes working.
It's crazy how they just put they'll put all these niggas just in one area. Why the fuck would you want to stay in a dorm like this?
All day. Everybody in here like trying to have a see who the toughest contest. Everybody running around making stupid statements and stuff. Man, we had 3 standoffs. 1 day I was in there. And I was just like, nah, I got to get somewhere more player than this, bro. I like to kick back.
Yeah.
I like to go over here and try to holler at the female.
I can't sitting in this,
around the floor. So I said,
the skid row of the prison.
Figure out a way to get back to F building. F building is where I was at before I went to court. Where I'm at right now was, I think, D2. I was in D building. Treacherous. I'm talking about the lights, bro. Even the lights in the dorm damn near knocked out. Even coming like outside the dorm, they got lights, like 2 bright lights.
How you got a Section 8 of the prison? That's crazy.
Both of them lights knocked out. Lights inside the dorm on the roof, super high up, knocked out. How the hell did somebody get up there to bust the lights out? It just wasn't the dorm for me, bro. It wasn't fit for me. Yeah. So I'm sitting back thinking, how could I get moved to another dorm to avoid going to the hole? Because sometimes, depending on the situation, if you like some form of a victim, you can just be moved straight to another dorm instead of back to the hole. Now, the lady in intake told me that the dorm I came from originally, where I was trying to get back to, was full already. But sometimes they be lying, bro, because they just want to go with whatever the system generated, and then sometimes they got to call the deputy warden to care and treat me and ask them, can they send you back over there? And it's like they don't be wanting to do all that, so she might have been lying. So I pull up on my homeboy. I go in his room. I say, hey, bro, look, I need you to do me a favor. So he's like, what's up? I'm like, man, I need you to help me. I'm trying to get back to F building. So he was like, what the hell you want me to do? I was like, bro, I might need you to help me. I might need you to pull a stunt or something. Help me pull a stunt or something. So he said, hell no, man, you ain't got to do that. You know how to get out the dorm. I said, how? He said, bro, go up there to the booth. Tell that lady you fear for your life in this dorm, and they going to move you to another dorm. I was like, nah, I ain't trying to do that because I might get sent to the hole. So he was like, no, I'm telling you, the supervisor that's working today, they not sending you to no hole, bro. They going to put you in another dorm. Trust me, I'm telling you. He like, bro, I've been down here all these years. Now, I've been down here too, but this was the beginning of my bid. Like, when I was, like I told y'all before, bro, and I ain't gonna lie. When I was at Smith State Prison, I didn't have much going on. I didn't have no money. I didn't have no phone. I didn't have nothing going on for real, because that was my beginning 3-ish years. You know what I'm saying? Like, brand new to prison. I was still trying to learn it, and I thought I was going home in 4 years. So I didn't even care. I didn't really turn up and start money until I left Smith and went to Johnson. So he was like, bro, I'm telling you, bro.
That's got to be a fucked up thing to think, like, you gonna go home in 4 years, but he ended up having to do another 5. That's painful.
Go up there, tell that lady that. So I leave out his room. I go down there to the booth. I go knock on the booth, lift the flap up. The girl like, what's up? I'm like, hey, man. So I go looking around, trying to play my role. I'm looking around, trying to make sure ain't nobody listening to me now. I'm like, hey, man. So she like, what's up? I'm like, can you please pop the door and let me out the dorm? This the flap. You got to kind of stick your face in. That's why I got my hands like this. I'm like, can you please pop the door and let me out this dorm? I fear for my life in this dorm. So she goes looking around, look back at me. She said, fear for your life for what? From who? Now, bro, as the officer, now sometimes the warden, the deputy warden, the supervising officer may ask you a question like that, but the normal officer has no business asking me that. So I'm like, I can't really say who, but please just pop the door, let me out. I think somebody's finna kill me. I really fear for my life in this dorm right now. She started smiling, bro. Talking about from who? Fear for your life and who? Who trying to do something to you? Boy, ain't nobody trying to do nothing to you. Go ahead on now. So I went looking around. I said, ma'am, listen. They finna kill me. They told me if I don't leave this dorm that they finna kill me. Please pop the door, ma'am. Please. I'm begging you. Please let me out this dorm. And she said, go ahead on now. You want to play in my face? Go ahead on now.
That's crazy.
She put her head down like she was about to take a nap or something. And, bro, that's when I realized. I mean, I've been knew it was dangerous.
That's crazy.
I was at, but that's when I realized, like, damn.
Because if that really was the case and he had to go back there and face that shit, then that would have been unheard of right there.
It was so sad, bro. It kind of hurt me on the inside. Like, bro, like, somebody, like, it just made me think, what if I was dead serious? What if somebody really had told me with a candy bar, bro, get on the door, you finna die. And people have had ultimatums like that before. So it's like, what if I was really in fear for my life for real? Even though I know they probably, people be saying that, and they know some people be trying to finesse and go to another dorm. That's not your job. Listen, you get paid to do your job. It don't matter if you think I'm finessing or not. You know this could lead a life being lost. If I'm telling you this, man, pop the door, let me out, call your supervisor, say, hey, I got one refusing housing, saying such and such, such and such. Why are you even, that's not even your job to try to figure out if I'm lying or not. That's not up to you. I walked away from the booth, went back up to the bro room. I'm like, bro, I just told the girl that, bro. She just bucked on me, went to laying down, acting like ain't nothing going on, like I'm lying or something. So he said, take your shirt off. So I'm like, take my shirt off for what? He said, man, take your shirt off, folks. So I took my shirt off, he grabbed it, he ripped it, he ripped it down all the way to like right here. He was like, put it back on. So I put it back on. He looked out the door real quick. He was like, nah, she's still laying down or something like that. So he pushed his head out the door, called one of the other guys in there. He said, hey, go down there and ask that girl for some paperwork. He said, me and CB are finna pull a stunt. He trying to go to another dorm, but I need her to be looking up here. So bro was like, all right. So he looking up.
Oh,
like,
shit.
I got down, pushed the door open. He peeping out the door. He like, you got to go falling out the room, like acting like you just got pushed out the room or whatever the case is. So when the other dude walking down the steps, he called one of the other bros and he said, hey, come here real quick. So dude was shot in the room. So he told him real quick, he like, we're finna pull a stunt. CB trying to get to another dorm.
Real nigga.
The door open. He gonna come falling out the room. As soon as he was saying that, the dude was right there in the booth. The girl stuck her head up. He pushed the door open real hard. And I just
Man, niggas need to go to, I'm telling you, niggas need to go to act and do some shit. Nigga really finesse their ass.
Like that. Like somebody just pushed me out. I just tried to bust out the room or something. Them two guys came out the room and was like doing like this, looking like this and stuff like that. So I turned around, took off running. Now when I take off running towards like the steps, I see the girl staring up there. So I run down the steps real quick, shoot over there to the booth. So I'm like, man, please pop the door. Please pop the door. Nigga finna kill me right now. Please pop the door. So she popped the door ASAP.
Bitch ass nigga. Not you, the girl, man. No. She a hoe, bruh. She a bitch ass nigga for that. You could have. Now imagine for real.
She popped it. I went out there, closed the door. She said, I thought you was lying.
I know you did. Fuck, nigga. We lying, but still.
I said, no, ain't nobody lying, man. Ain't nobody playing. So I sit in the booth. I sit like in that salad port area. So I'm like in the middle of the dorm and the sidewalk. And I see people staring, people looking over there like, bro, what's he with? But I know they went in bro room and he told them what was going on. So the deputy warden of security and the unit manager finally came down there to get me. Bro and them had packed my property up for me, brought it down there by the door. When I stepped outside, they popped the door for me to come outside. They asking me what happened. I'm like, bro, I just fear for my life in here. I can't be in this dorm. He like, yeah, but my officer called and said somebody chased you out of the room or something. How your shirt get ripped all open like that? I was like, man, I don't want to talk about it. Can I please just go to another dorm, man? I fear for my life in the dorm. He said, well, you finna tell me what happened or your ass going back in that dorm.
Ooh.
So I say, listen, warden, come on, man. You know I can't tell you that. Just let me go to another dorm where I feel safe at. He said, hey, man, listen, this is my last time telling you. I got other stuff to do. You finna tell me what just occurred or you're going back in that dorm. Simple as that. It ain't nothing to it. That's just how it's finna go. Now, I knew he was dead serious. He was a real jackass. And when he say something like that, he really means it. So it had me.
Damn.
If I just went through this with these guys and told them I'm trying to pull a stunt to go to another dorm. And then they assist me with the stunt. And then I get outside the dorm. And then I'm standing in front of the warden and the deputy warden of security and the unit manager. These are two high-ranking officers that love knocking off contraband.
Yeah.
If I'm outside talking to them and nobody hears what we talking about, and then I turn around and come back in the dorm and everything just A-okay, somebody is going to start saying CBO was out there snitching. Because why he was out there talking to them and then came back in the dorm. So I had to figure something out. So when he said that, again,
you just got to swing on the office.
What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? Because I got other stuff to do. You finna tell me, yeah, going back in that dorm. I had to think fast. Turned like in my little posture. I said, man, you got me fucked up.
I was saying, at that point, nigga, what? Say, fucking seal off on this nigga, or man, you gonna be fucked up.
Man, barred up my fist. I said, you got me fucked up. He pulled off his taters real quick. He said, get on your knees. Get on your knees. So I got down on my knees. But at that point,
I just gotta go to the hole, man.
To another dorm. Now,
I just gotta go to the hole.
To the hole. But I'd rather go there than have to go back in the dorm. I didn't want to be in the hole. But if that's my only option after being out here talking to y'all, I'm not going back in the dorm because it's going to look like I was out here telling about something. Yeah. And then as soon as somebody's phone get knocked off, shit, the next CBA was out there talking to the warden the other day, and I don't even know. Go through that. So the unit manager.
That's crazy. Like, you got to really understand the prison. Like, to think, like, because I would have been like, damn, that shit ain't work, you know, and they would have sent me back. Cause I'm definitely not gonna come up and tell no lie, like say some. I would have went back in there and be like, bro, this shit didn't work. The niggas just started fucking saying that, you know what happened? Are you going back in there? And I'm not gonna say nothing to you. Like, I'm not gonna, you know. So I wouldn't even have thought that. You gotta really understand what the fuck going on.
They took me to the hole. Getting the hole. It's one of my guys named Black. They put me in the room with Black. Black was in there. He had a phone, everything with A1 came in there. He let me use the phone, talk to my folks. Now, the dorm I was in before I went to court, it was a lot of dudes in there used to rap. This one, I was on that rapping stuff heavy. They got this glass down there inside where the old TV room used to be. And if you beat on the glass, it make a whole lot of bass. And it just make, you know what I'm saying? It just sound like you beating down the block, goddamn. So, Black was not one of the dudes used to be rapping, but he was one of the dudes used to always put it together. He used to always want people to come rap. He'd pay people. He had money. He used to run tournaments for people, come rap and stuff like that. So I think probably my second day in there, he like, hey, CBL, man, hit that shit, man, about that chain gang shit, man. I had wrote a song about the prison, about how dangerous it is. So I'm like, man, I don't feel like doing all that, bro. I'm trying to focus on, you know what I'm saying? He like, man, hit that shit, bro. He like, look, bro, hit that shit. I had you a 25 of Chris Brown and a 25 of Al Green.
That nigga just love music. He said, I gotta hear something.
At this point, I wasn't even smoking Chris Brown, but I know, you know, that's what the prison loves. So I'm like, shit, you look at me at 25 of Chris Brown and a 25 of Al Green, but this ain't nothing abnormal. This is stuff he do. He done did this in the dorm plenty of times, and I done won the contest a few times. So he like, man, hit that shit, bro, hit that shit. So I walk over here to the door. And when you beat on the dope, it kind of give you good bass too. You know what I'm saying? So I go hit. I'm like, this shit they got called prison can get real cruel. So when I say that, like every time I'm at a point where I'm ending the hook, he jumping up and down. I'm like, this shit they got called prison can get real cruel. Woo. Gotta pay attention to everything that nigga do. Woo. Super turned up. So
yeah, he fucking with that.
He's like, man, don't pay me no attention, man. Hit that shit. His brother on the phone, put me on speakerphone, let his brother hear. Talk about his brother rock with Lucci and. Man had me.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna say he had me convinced, But he kind of almost had me convinced.
Yeah.
When you get out, I'm gonna get you signed. I'm gonna get you signed with Lucci. I'm gonna get you signed. All kind of stuff he was telling
Then
me.
Lucius went to goddamn prison.
Rapping it for his brother and him. He's super turned up. Like, this shit that got called prison can get real cruel. You gotta pay attention to everything a nigga do. You gotta listen close to everything a nigga say. Cause if you don't, you might not make it to the next day. They tell you this shit safe and that you gonna be straight. They know you in the jungle where niggas die every day. You just stay in your fucking lane and get a nice strap. And don't you never go to sleep, just take cat naps. You know I'm in this bitch, eyes wide open. I'm like a fucking sensor boy, I'm catching every motion. You gotta be on your P's and Q's when you living like this. So many niggas around, you gonna need good acumen. He like, yo! Plus you got a bunch of niggas who ain't coming home. It might be 80 gangbangers in a building. And in that building, they might not be feeling no civilians. So you might get put on the dose when you walk in that bitch. Then if you buck, you might just get your fucking wig split. You might be rocking with a nigga, he your right hand. And you find out he fucking around with a man. Cause acting like somebody else. You better not go for a nigga who won't go for himself. It's survival of the fittest, hope you fit, fool. You hit them level 5s, you ain't gladiator school. This shit they got called prison can get real cruel. Man, I swear to God, this man.
This shit. That shit hard though. I ain't gonna lie, that shit hard.
Now I rap that song probably about 5 times for this dude, man. You know, probably another song too, but that particular one, he just loved it that so much. I rap the same song I know for a fact about 5 times. And he gave me the Chris Brown and Al Green for real. No, I rolled one up instantly.
That shit like the radio.
Thursday came and I started talking to him about trying to get a transfer. He like, wow. Now I hadn't got convicted when I went to court, but I think this was the time before I got convicted and got an extra 5 years. But I was at the point where I knew it was about gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I was at that point where I knew for a fact I'm probably not about to win this. I'm gonna have to take some extra time. And my lawyer had already discussed the 9-year thing with me. So I kind of was accepting it already. Like, I'm not about to get out. I'm about to have to max out on 9 years, and I was only on year 4 right now or something like that. So it just had me thinking, like, damn, man. So I'm trying to talk to my roommate about transferring because this ain't where I want to do my time at, bro. It's just, this place just ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? You got people who have different motion at different prisons. You got some people who be at one prison, be down bad, broke as a joke. And then they go to another prison, they go way up. Then they go to another prison, they be straight. Then you see them again, they dead broke, or they might be all the way up. But I just felt like this place just wasn't for me. It was too much hate. And there was just too much unnecessary stupidity going on there. I just didn't want to be there. So I'm trying to talk to him about all kind of stunts to pull, stuff like that. Dude had a life sentence anyway. But he knew all tricks to the trade, you know what I'm saying? So he was telling me like, shit, but the only way you going to get transferred, you got to pull your old hanging stunt. You got to pull a hunger strike and really stand firm on it.
Damn.
Whack one of these niggas' ass. So I'm not gonna do none of that transfer. So I went to think about the hanging stunt. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to make no mistake. And then I did.
And accidentally, damn, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I played like that before, but that strip sale was terrible, bro. I hated it. But hunger strike, I tried that before too, and I was in there starving, man. And then I told her, man, come on with that food, man. You know what I'm saying? But I was considering that again. You're like, well, I'm telling you.
Come on with that food, man.
Thursday night, I remember. Transfer days is Tuesday.
Come on with that food, man. This nigga's funny, bro.
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday. It's Monday night turning into Tuesday. Wednesday night turning into Thursday. They come get him, tell him, pack it up. He transferring. So he holler at the dude. He beat on the wall. Do. Holler at the dude next door. He like, hey, bro, you got $800. So he like, shit, hell no. What's up? He like, I'm trying to sell my phone. I got to transfer real quick. So he was like, shit, I can have it Friday. So he said, how about this? I'm going to leave it with CBL. And then I'm going to tap in. Give me your number real quick. He wrote his number down. He said, I'm going to call you from wherever I'm at. Once you send the 800, he was like, CBL, I'm going to call from this phone. And he let me know what his girl number, that the number would be calling me. He was like, my girl going to 3-way this phone to send it to bro. So I'm like, all right, bet. So he showed me the spot, explained it to me. 5 spot. I'm talking about 5 spot. I can't say it though. So I'm like, all right, bet. So he leave. Now I'm in here. I got the phone on myself. I'm doing me. But at the same time, I'm still thinking about a way to transfer. But now I'm considering a way that's not going to bring much attention to my room for them to come looking for stuff because I don't want his phone to get knocked off. So if I pull a hanging stunt, they're going to try to get me out the room. You know what I'm saying? Or they're going to put me on strip sale in the room, or they might take me out the room to a suicide unit. And I don't want to do that because I got that man phone here. If, you know, I don't even want no roommate. So that's that trying to stab somebody. That's not even an option. So the only thing left for me to think about is hunger strike. So I eat that day, that Thursday. That Friday morning come, they put the tray in my flat. I told him I'm straight. I'm on hunger strike. So the officer, he keep it pushing. He come to my door again for lunch. Try to put a thing in the thing. So I'm like, bro, didn't I just tell you this morning I was on hunger strike, bro? I'm telling you I'm on hunger strike. So he like, all right, he try to walk off. So I'm like, bro, you ain't gonna write it on my chart? He like, I already did. Now this how it goes. It goes based off of what's wrote on your chart. So I could tell the officer, oh, I done went 3 days without eating. If he's not charting that down, and sometimes they lazy, they don't be wanting to write it that you refused your meal. And then that'll be setting you back. And then you just feel starving. And the higher ups ain't gonna believe you on your chart. So I said, I got something for his ass. So he came around there for dinner trying to give me a dinner tray. Instantly, I pushed the tray out the flap, stuck my arm out there. I said, man, call the supervisor. So like, man, come on, man. I don't know what it is about the flap being open, but they will not continue. Some of them people be tripping so hard if you do not let them close the flap, and they can't close it on your arm, they'll break your arm. It won't even close. Your arm too big. The flap, you know what I'm saying? It's something that just flaps closed. It can't close with your arm out there. But some people have had their arm broke from that. So I stick my arm, I'm like, man, call your supervisor, bro. Call your supervisor. So it's probably about 20 minutes later. I'll never forget Sergeant Williams come up there. He kind of funny. He come up there. He talking about, inmate, what the hell wrong with you? Put your arm in the flap, inmate. Extremely sassy. I'm like, man, that, I'm not doing nothing. So he kind of kneeled down. He like, what's wrong with you? Why you not letting us close the flap? You finna make me pepper spray you now. I'm like, hey, listen, bro, I'm on hunger strike, and this man have not been putting it on my chart that I'm on hunger strike. So no, I'm not taking my arm out until y'all document that I've been refusing my meals because I'm on hunger strike. He like, why you on hunger strike? Why you don't want to eat? So I say, no, hell no, I don't trust y'all. I think y'all trying to poison me. I'm not eating nothing. Transfer me to another prison. I'll die before I eat something. So he said, okay, I'm about to put it on your chart. Just put your arm in the flap. I said, I'm not doing nothing. You need to get to doing that before I do that. So he said, turn around, cuff up real quick. Okay, cool. Turn around, put my other arm out there, handcuff him, come in the room. He told the officer, go get a trash bag. They got a trash bag. They came in there looking for any food. Because when you're on hunger strike, you can't have no food. So, bro,
okay, I see.
I had honey bun left. That's all I had. Bro, the man
give me that.
The honey bun, threw it in the bag. Then go to grab it. My hygiene, throwing it in the bag.
Oh.
The books I had, throwing it in the bag. I'm like, hold on, sorry, what the hell you doing? Say like, nah, don't talk to me, inmate. You on hunger strike, ain't it? I'm like, what the fuck? My books and deodorant and soap, what does that got to do with food? What you think I'm gonna eat that? You'll be surprised what inmates done did over the years. I ain't giving you no type of opportunity. I'm talking about pissed me off.
Damn.
Really what pissed me off when he went to grabbing my sheets. And
Oh.
off the bed.
No. That's some whole ass shit. No, that ain't it.
Now, I'm like, sorry, what is you doing? What the fuck does my sheets and blanket got to do with anything? He like, no, you want to play with me? You want to play with me? He looked back at the officer. He said, grab that chart. Grab that chart off that inmate, though, and make sure you document breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He refused. He refused all meals, and then put that thing back on the door. So the officer grabbed it for real. He documented it right there in front of me. Where it say breakfast, he put a R, and the R stands for refusal. And it's I think it's 369. It's so many meals you gotta miss before they move you from
starving
the current cell you're in to the medical unit. And then, because now they got to watch you because you ain't been eating. And then that's when they just transfer you off to another prison depending on why you on hunger strike. So that was my goal. He put the thing back on there. The sergeant tell the officer to take my mat, bro. They took my mat.
Damn.
The sergeant's like, you want to play with me? I'm finna play with you. No, you ain't doing that. You making my shift hard. And they leave out. He uncuffed me. So now the only thing I got is the clothes on my back and the little slippers I had on. But I ain't tripping because I got a phone in here. I don't care. But it still pissed me off because now I ain't got all my stuff. I got to sit on this hard ass, metal ass slab. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wait till they leave, put my little flap up. When they got a toothbrush, beat it in the door so the door don't open. What that does, you take a lock or a toothbrush, stick it in the side of the door, but you got to find one of the parts of the door where it ain't no big gap. You got to find a small gap, and then you make the gap, but it's so tight, if they try to open the door from the outside, it won't open. So now I'm just in there kicking it on the phone. Bro, as time go by, this was Friday, as time go by, it's like my body is just...
Yeah.
I'm talking about my stomach growling so bad that day, bro. By the nighttime came, I was so hungry, bro. When I said I was real life starving, bro.
Starving.
Like, real life starving. But then it seemed like it got easier because when you hungry...
Nigga stomach got smaller.
It turned into like a cramp. Like your stomach started hurting.
Yeah.
Stomach started touching your back. But then the next day roll around, that Saturday roll around, shit. I'm hungry, but it seemed like it done eased up.
Yeah. Stomach smaller.
It done eased up, like things a little straight. When I get up and I roll over, I'm already on this hard ass metal slab. When I roll over, I'm not feeling as hungry, but bro, I'm feeling a little dizzy almost. So I'm looking, I feel like the room is kind of spinning, but like slow. So I'm like, damn, I'm tripping. So I just gotta sit there for a minute. It's not stopping. So I'm like, shit, bro, I think I need some water. That's what it is. I need some water.
Oh, yeah.
I go over here. I ain't drink no water, none yesterday. I go over here to the sink. I ain't got no damn cup. I got to drink it straight out the thing.
Yeah.
I go press the thing for the water. Don't no water come out.
Damn.
That's the cold water. So I press the hot water. Don't no water come out. I'm like, man, what the hell? So I go lay down. I'm waiting to the officer to go to doing their round so I can tell them my water messed up. So about an hour later, now I'm feeling dehydrated, bro. Now I'm thinking,
Shit.
my body might be. I ain't drunk no water all day yesterday.
Yeah.
And I ain't had no food. I ain't drunk no water all day today. So I'm like, shit, that's what it is. I probably need some water. So I finally hear beep, beep, beep. I hear the officer walking around doing their little beep thing. So I get up, come to the door. It was damn near a struggle, bro. Like, I was feeling weak. Like, if I had a roommate in there trying to fight me, I probably wouldn't have been able to defend myself, but I was feeling weak. I went to the door, I'm like, say, officer. Say, like, what's up, man? I'm like, hey, my water ain't working, bro. You can bring me some ice or something. I need some water. So he said, he looked at the chart. He said, oh, no, Sarge turned your water off yesterday. I'm like, what you mean?
Oh, my God.
When you on hunger strike, you can't have nothing to drink. They cut your water off. The only water you got is toilet water. I say, man, come on, bro. Come on with that, bro. How the hell, if I'm on hunger strike, what do that got to do with fluids? My body still needs fluids, bro. I'm like, hey, bro, that ain't...
This shit ain't funny. I just know this nigga was mad as fuck. I would have been so mad, but you can't get too mad, you know, and you already hungry, so now you evil. You know how you get evil whenever you ain't had no food in too long. You ready to commit a crime.
That ain't on me, that ain't you feel me. I'm just telling you what it say on your paper. It say do not mess with it. Only the sergeant or the lieutenant, somebody over the sergeant, they the only ones can deal with it.
Bring me some water before I kill you, nigga.
I'm telling you, they turned your water off. So I'm like, oh, hell no. Now, this happened to me before when I pulled a stunt, but I guess I forgot. I wasn't even thinking about it. So I'm like, all right, bro. So he leaves. So now I'm just laying there. And I think that's why the mind's so strong, because sometimes you think about stuff. You're going to worry yourself. So now I'm in there. I'm not even studying the phone, bro. Usually I've been on the phone. I'm not even studying using the phone right now. I'm just laying there, bro, just trying to think. It seems like every second it's something else picking at my brain, bothering me. I'm feeling dehydrated. Now I'm getting back hungry again. Now my throat getting dry. I'm trying to depend on the spot. Now that just dried up. I'm talking about I'm here tripping, bro. Later on that night came.
Mental warfare.
He like, hey, C-Bill. I'm like, yeah. He like, hey, bro, I ain't called that phone about that money, about you sending me that phone. I was like, bro, to be honest, I ain't even been pulling it out. I've been over here so tired, bro. I don't know. I'll pull it out in a minute and see. He like, all right, bro, for sure. Yeah, do that. He like, hey, how long it's been since you had something to drink, bro? I say, shit, today officially make 2 days. He got real quiet.
Damn.
I'm like, why you asking me that? He said, hey, little bro, you can hear him getting closer to the vent. He said, bro, I ain't trying to goddamn scare you up. I ain't trying to say nothing crazy to you or nothing. He said, but bro, and it's like his voice just was like on surround sounds or something. That nigga said, but bro, if your body go 3 days without liquid, boy, you gonna die. And bro, it's like all I could hear was, you gonna die. Eyes got big.
Oh my God. Man, I just know this nigga started tripping, bro.
I'm real life tired. Like, room is looking like dizzy. So I'm like, you say what?
Cause you need energy. Food is energy. So I know he extra sleepy, some more junk.
Can only go 3 days without fluids, C-Bill. He said, bro, you need to eat something. He said, you need to drink something. Bro, if you don't get nothing to drink, I promise you're going to die tomorrow, bro. Your body is going to shut down. You're going to die. Your body depends on fluid.
Nigga scared.
Got up, pulled the phone out the spot. I done went to Google. I ain't studying this. I done went to Google. Type in how long can the human body survive without water. And bro, said,
this shit fucked my head up so much, I need to give me something to drink.
When I seen that on Google, I drove myself crazy. When I say real life crazy in there, bro, I drove myself insane. So now I'm talking to bro all day, feeling like just talking to somebody gonna keep me here longer. I'm talking to him. And it's like, bro, the more we talk, I honestly feel like the weaker I'm getting. Like, I love being on the phone, especially in prison, because it ain't nothing else to do. Being on the phone is something amazing that any inmate loves to do, bro. I wasn't even studying using the phone, bro. I wasn't even studying. I put the phone back up in the spot and everything. Now I'm laying on this metal slab. it's uncomfortable. It hurt. I'm laying there like this, but with my face this way towards the vent, and me and bruh still talking. And bro, I feel like my voice getting weaker. Now I don't know. You know, I know that's what the internet say, but
right.
Know, I just don't know what that. You just
people have gone longer. People that got stranded in some shit have gone longer for sure.
Like that, but back then, that's what I was thinking, bro. It had my mind gone. So he like, bro, you need to drink something, bro. He said, I'm telling you, bro, it's getting late. You need to drink something. If you go the whole day tomorrow with nothing to drink, CB, I promise you, you're going to die, bro. You're going to clock out. You're going to be out of here. So now I'm thinking about my son. I'm thinking about my family, things I want to do in the future when I get out. I'm like, oh, hell no, but I can't die here like this. I get up. I go trying to hit the door a little bit. I'm kind of weak. So I told bro, I said, bro, I'm straight on the hunger strike. Beat on your door for me. Tell the officer, bro. So he finally get the officer up there. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm done with hunger strike, bro. Let me get something to eat, bro. So he was like, all right, you got to wait till the morning till the breakfast trays come.
Man, I'm dying. Let me get some water.
Let me get something to drink then. I'm done with hunger strike, bro. So he said, let me call the SARS real quick and see if I can have the maintenance dude come in here.
Fuck, nigga. So bring me a cup or some shit.
He came back up here about 10 minutes later. He said, hey, I talked to SARS, bro. He said, bet not nobody touch your water valve until he get here. He said he gonna turn it on. Ain't nobody else turned it on for. So I said, hey, look, bro. They said if you go 3 days without drinking water, you gonna die, bro. I said, bro, I'm nearing day 3 right now. Come on, bro. Please, just let me get something to drink. So the dude that was in the room next door to me, he was like, hey, officer, he said, I got a cup right here. You could hear him hitting the sink. He was like, hey, here go a cup of water right here. Just give it to him. So he went over there. He was like, nah, I can't do that, bro. I can't do that. So I just went.
What type of bitch ass shit is this?
He said, don't do that. So dude like, bro, the man needs something to drink. Just goddamn give him this cup of water real quick. He wouldn't do it, bro. He just walked up. And I just go through my roommate old box looking, and it was a bottle back there at the back. I always thought it was empty. Didn't pay no attention. I pulled it out, and it was a little bottle with some about this much. Not smelled it. It was chemicals. You could tell it was the mixed chemicals that they bring around. Bleach, disinfectant, whatever type of little spray and stuff like that it was. And I got it, bro. I poured all of it in the toilet, on the side of the toilet. I grabbed a little rag from the side of the toilet, and I just went to scrub it, bro. I'm talking about I was cleaning that toilet, feeling so weak doing it, bro. I went to clean that toilet for probably a good 15, 20 minutes straight, clean that toilet.
This ain't cool. This shit not funny, bro.
Flushing it, squeezing all the little, even dip the bottle in there to shake it.
Yeah,
up,
to shit, yeah.
So now I got chemicals again, cleaned it again, you know what I'm saying? Did it like that. And once it was good and clean, bro, I'm talking about I was scared. I felt like my heart was beating fast. I was doing my hand like this.
That's funny because you alive doing it right now. So you got a pulse. You go have a pulse because you alive. You doing it in your life. You do that, but when the nigga on the ground clocked out. Yo, doing this shit, you alive. Feeling your old pulse.
That thing was moving like this, bro. I thought I was finna die, bro. That serious. And I stuck my head in there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nasty or nothing, you feel me? And I started drinking water out the toilet, bro. And I drank it till I felt like I was full. And I was talking to bro, and he was really freaking me out, bro, because he kept telling me stuff like, yeah, bro, you need to talk to me, bro. You need to stay up, talk to me all night. I need to make sure, bro, because if you die over there, I need to call the officer. He just kept saying that word, bro. That just
die. Like, yo, you promising I'm going to die? Like, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Nigga, stop putting them fucking words on me talking about I'm going to die. I promise you going to die. Watch out,
man,
bro.
He just kept tripping me out like, what? Hell, you keep saying that like that for? That was scaring me, thinking I need to get up and drink some more. Sunday came around. Sergeant wasn't there. Monday came around. The sergeant
wow.
I told him, bro, I'm done with hunger strike. Please let me off. I just need something to drink. I ain't had nothing to drink. I feel like I'm finna die, all this and that. Bro, he bucked on me, and then Tuesday he came and said, you ready for your stuff back? I'm like, yeah, man. He like, you gonna stop playing with me? Stop trying me? I'm like, yeah, man. But I had something for his ass.
Yeah.
He came there, handcuffed me. Brought me all my stuff back, got the maintenance down there to fix my water and stuff.
He need to get punched in his shit.
Handcuffed me through all my property back here, gone about his business. Now, every day, a counselor, a mental health counselor or something supposed to come in there just to ask people, you doing okay today? You doing okay today? Because sometimes people who, you know, sit back there for so long, they start going through things, and the mental health people got to come check on you. So when they come to my door, they say, hey, you doing okay today? I say, no, ma'am, I'm not. She like, what's going on? I say, can you please get real close to the door because I don't want to say this out loud and I don't want everybody in my business on, you know what I'm saying, what I got going on. So she had the officer come over there, open the door.
Oh, yeah.
And when she kneeled down, she said, what's going on, inmate? She called out my name. I said, can you please tell the officer to step away because I don't need nobody in my business. So she was like, nah, he right here for my security or whatever the case, because sometimes people try to jack on them.
Yeah.
Cement on them or dookie.
Oh, God.
Whatever. So I put my hands up. I said, ma'am, I promise you, I'm not trying to throw nothing on you. I'm not trying to play no game. So I scooted back to where the toilet was at. I said, I'll sit on the toilet and hold both of my hands up like this the whole time. So you know I'm not on nothing. I got all my clothes on. I'm not trying to do no freaky type stuff. I just want to talk to you, ma'am. I'll keep my hands up the whole time. Please tell that officer to back up. So she looked up at her. She said, hey, could you give us a little space? So he backed up. I say, ma'am, Sergeant Williams and that officer that was working the other day, when they came and took me off strip sale, when Sergeant Williams came here, the whole time he was uncuffing me. That man was squeezing my ass. And he stick his hand in my drawers and like stick his finger in there. And he told me that if I don't have a threesome with him and the officer, that they gonna kill me. He gonna make sure I die. So she said, I said, man, I promise you I'm not playing. I would not lie to you, man. So she said, hold on. So she gave me a pen and a form and she stuck it through the thing. She said, fill this out, fill out this form. Everything you just told me, write it down on there. She said, Sergeant Williams did that. I said, I promise you, man. The man was squeezing my ass and told me if I tell somebody, he gonna make sure he kill me. And then tried to stick his finger up my goddamn where the sun don't shine at. And I just fear for my life. I feel like they gonna try to kill me, man. Please, please, please get me out this prison, please, man. So I filled the thing up. I put my name and all that on it. And that was the beginning of my process to transfer. I think after I did that, it still took a process, but they had me in a room by myself. And like I say, it took a little time, about a month-ish and some change.
Okay.
But I got transferred off a PREA complaint. And PREA stands for Prison Rape Elimination Act. Anything got to do with anything freaky, inmate or officer, they like they do their little investigations towards it and stuff like that. And I ended up eventually getting transferred. Now the phone I've been had sent that to do once they moved me from that room. Like a few days later, once my PREA complaint went in, they moved me to a whole nother building. So I had orchestrated that for him to get that. And I don't know if dude ever talked to him and sent the money, never gave a damn, never seen neither of them again. So it didn't even matter to me. But I was just sitting back thinking about that, bro. And it's just like, I know it sounded disgusting, talk about drinking water out of the toilet, but it was a survival thing.
You know, that's crazy. Because
they
still ain't even get them right that same day.
And it makes me ask the question again, who want to live like that? That's why I stress to y'all, just do the right thing, F all the BS. Because who want to be in a situation where you got to even be considering.
I need to get some water out the toilet. Real shit, man. Shout out Bill Feezy, man. Real nigga, man. Like the video, sub up, comment to Benjamin's channel. I love you. I appreciate you. Great for y'all. Make sure y'all go to his channel, Benjamin's videos too. We gone, man. ADD, lad, do it.